welcome back to my channel. So today I am making a recipe for you guys. It is not necessarily a Weight Watchers or WW recipe, but it is WW friendly. So make sure you check the screen, and at the end of the video I'll have the points. It is bruschetta chicken. If you like bruschetta, then this is gonna be so good. I'm sure. I've never made this before. It's my very first time, but I've read reviews on it and so many people have talked about how amazing it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it and show you what you're gonna need, how you're gonna make it. Keep in mind, I apologize for any lighting that's not amazing. I'm in the kitchen. It's pretty good lighting, but I'm not oily. This is making me look super oily. So guys, without further ado, let me go ahead and get started and show you how I'm gonna make this bruschetta chicken. So let's go ahead and go over the ingredients that we're going to need. We're going to need 3 to 4 chicken breasts, so about 1.5 to 2 pounds. This will be plenty for Greg and I. You're also going to need 6 Roma tomatoes. Try to get them as firm as possible. That just makes them easier to dice. If they're softer, it's going to make more of a mess. So you're going to be dicing these, so try to get them as firm as possible. Also, you're going to be needing 2 cloves of garlic. If you want to use fresh garlic, by all means go ahead. I am not. I'm going to be using this minced garlic and water, so I'm going to be using that. So you're going to need a 1/2 cup of chopped basil. This is the fresh basil. I get this at Walmart over in the produce section, so a 1/2 cup of this. You'll also need 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. I actually got this a while ago at Dollar Tree, but any balsamic vinegar will do. I actually love balsamic vinegar and also malt vinegar. Anyways, so 2 tablespoons of this. And then you're going to need 4 ounces, which is equal to about 1 cup of mozzarella cheese. Of course, I am using the reduced fat. If you're following WW, then you'll need to make sure you count your points for whatever cheese you decide to use. And I'm not sure right now if balsamic vinegar is points. I'll put that on the screen, but none of this other stuff is points. Not the garlic, the basil, the chicken, tomatoes. The only thing that's going to be points is the cheese and maybe the vinegar. Again, I'll put that on screen. Also, we're going to be serving this. You can do it with rice, pasta, zoodles, whatever you wanted, but I'm actually going to be making this is the Great Value artisan crafted white cheddar and black pepper. We've never had this. It looked really good at the grocery store, so I'm going to be making this with it. I'll put the points here on the screen. I'm not really sure, but I do have a lot of points for the day, so excited to serve it with that. So you're going to start off, before you start cutting and dicing, make sure you preheat your oven to 375 degrees. And then if you need to do any washing or trimming of your chicken breast, you can go ahead and do that. And then you're going to want to dice up your 6 Roma tomatoes. So I'm going to go ahead and dice the tomatoes, as well as my basil. Okay, once you have it chopped, you're going to place it in a bowl, as you can see. Now you could probably dice your tomatoes better than I did. I hate dicing. I actually have a dicer. You've seen that in my other videos, but you can't use it on tomatoes, I don't think. So I have to dice them by hand. Some of them are kind of larger than others, but even still, they're fine. You're also going to want to, if you're using fresh garlic, now is the time that you're going to chop your garlic and add that to the bowl as well. But I'm actually going to be using this already minced garlic. I'm just going to go ahead and add, it's probably 4 tablespoons. We really like garlic, so that's probably about 4 tablespoons in there. And I eyeballed that, so, you know, you can follow exactly the 2 cloves. Okay, sorry if you hear helicopter. I don't live very far from one of our Navy bases, so I don't know what they're doing. Okay, next you're gonna go ahead and take your balsamic vinegar, and I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon. And you're going to pour that in the bowl. Now, I know a lot of bruschetta, they use olive oil. I'm not gonna do that. It saves you some points. You can if you want, but this particular recipe did not call for that. Now I'm gonna take the spoon that I used to get my garlic out, and I'm just gonna kind of mix this all together. Okay, something I forgot to mention is you're going to want to use salt and pepper. I believe it's half a teaspoon, but you can do it to taste. I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper. We are almost out of pepper. I'm going to need to buy some more pepper. Okay. And then a little bit of salt. We're going to mix that again. Your bruschetta topping is mixed all together. Guys, I wish you could smell this, but the garlic with the basil and the vinegar, guys, smells amazing. We're gonna move this over to the side, and we're gonna take a large baking dish. This is a 13 by 9. This is, oh, I have to take my lid off of it. This is made by, if you're curious, Pyrex. I got a set of 2 of these. They were really cheap. They're glass. I'll put it in the description box below if you want to check it out. I love this baking dish, and it came with a small, like, brownie type square one as well. So you don't need to oil or grease your pan at all. You're going to take your chicken breasts and lay them in your baking dish. These are mostly trimmed. There might be some fat on the side, but that'll be fine. You can choose to trim that all off if you want. So there they are. Next thing you want to do is add a little more salt and pepper to your chicken breasts. And this is just to taste. So I am out of pepper. So the last remaining little pepper is on there. Once you have your chicken breasts, you're going to take your bruschetta mix and you're going to lay that on top of there. You can use a spoon if you want. I know my hands are clean. It's just Greg and I. I'm going to use my hands. I am that kind of a cook. My grandmother was that kind of a cook. My mother was that kind of a cook. We use our hands. I'm not afraid of getting dirty. So we're just going to take some and lay it on top of our chicken. Obviously, it's going to fall into some of the sides. That is fine. We want to, don't forget any of that juice that's in there. You want to get that on top of it. I'm getting all of my yummy out of there onto my chicken. If you feel like you're missing some, pick it up off the sides, girl. Stick that stuff on your chicken. Okay. Now this probably goes without saying. If you are not a tomato fan, you are probably not going to like this dish. Last but not least, we're going to get our cheese. Okay, I make sure that you measured your cheese if you're on WW because points. So I'm going to go ahead and take my cheese and I'm going to sprinkle it on top of my chicken. Again, you don't have to use your hand, guys. You can just dump it right out the cup if you want to. I feel like I have better control. I like to use my hands. So, okay, so here we go. This is what it's gonna look like. I'm gonna stick this in the oven for 35 to 45 minutes uncovered. You're not going to cover this because Tomatoes are juicy, as you know, and that's going to help soak some of the juice out of the bottom of your dish. Once it starts to cook, you know, more juice is going to come into it. I'm going to go ahead and stick this in the oven, like I said, 35 to 45 minutes at 375 degrees. And when it comes out of the oven, we shall see what we're working with. Okay, guys, so I used my meat thermometer to make sure it was 165 degrees in the middle of my chicken breast. It took about 48 minutes at 375, and this is what it looks like. Guys, it smells so good, and I cannot wait to give it a try. So I'm going to go ahead and plate it, and I'll add a picture here at the end. If you like this recipe and you think that you're going to try it, make sure you give the video a thumbs up and comment down below and let me know. If you're not subscribed, I would love it if you took the time to hit the subscribe button and become part of my friends and family here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.